Tonight on The Big Idea, Infomercial Mania.
Gang, I introduce you to the Body by Jake Firmflex.
The Medicus Pro.
Blue blocker sunglasses.
Solid gold rock and roll package.
Crazy products.
The secret weapon is the hinge.
Strange contraptions.
The first thing she'd like me to do is cut the top 3 inches all over.
And the goofiest sales pitches in television history.
The hand can be used like a knife. But this method doesn't work with a tomato.
Commercials you can't avoid and cannot turn away from. And they're moving billions of dollars in merchandise. Want a piece of the action? It's easier than it looks. And in America, the wilder the product, the bigger the bucks. We're on the infomercial road to billions.
Heard it right here now.
Tonight on The Big Idea.
Welcome back to The Big Idea. It's Wacky Infomercials Part 2. Tonight, we have even more of those sometimes corny, sometimes crazy, direct response commercials that are always playing the background of our lives. They are a genuine slice of Americana, and tonight, we're peeling back the layers on what makes these things work and how, frankly, anybody can get in the action and make millions. And my next guest is a master with over 500 commercials like this one.
What do I do when I need a haircut? I do it myself with the Flowbee vacuum haircutting system.
It's easy. First I set Flowbee to cut my hair 2 inches long on the top. Then I set the length for 1.5 inches and cut the back and the sides.
And that's all there is to it.
Kevin Harrington, CEO of Reliant International and stepfather of the Flowbee. Kevin Harrington, how are you, man?
Donny, good to meet you. Thank you.
So you're one of the pioneers. I want to start to go through your greatest hits because you've done such a phenomenal range. Let's start with, everybody's going to remember this. I'm not even going to give it a setup. Let's just run. This is going to take you back, guys. Just take a look.
I know a lot of you have always come up to me and said, Wolfman, I was driving down the freeway one night or whatever, and you played a song and I just fell in love, or you were making love in the back of a car somewhere, and all of a sudden this song came on. It's in this package. These are the songs you're going to remember. These are the songs that are real to you. These are your precious moments. I'd like to give this gift to you. Unfortunately, we have to pay some royalties. We have to pay a few other people to do this particular thing. So therefore, there is a charge for it. But I like to think of it as a gift from me to you. It's called Solid Gold Rock and Roll, 151 of the best songs you'll ever have in your library.
You get it all. Imagine 151 of the greatest rock and roll songs ever on 21 state-of-the-art cassettes.
For those of you under the age of 30, that is the one and only Wolfman Jack. Why does Wolfman Jack sell, or why did he sell? That's, I think, back from 1989.
Well, he had fantastic energy. Everyone knew him. He was in American Graffiti, so he just, people knew his voice, and they loved him. He was just an icon in the industry.
What works selling music and what doesn't? You know, we've seen over the years, everything from K-Tel to Time Life. What is the kind of the magic formula? Music selling over the air, it's got to do this.
The magic formula is theming the music towards a specific niche.
Sure.
And our niche with Wolfman was the rock and roll, rock and roll songs. Love songs is a big theme. Christian now is becoming a hot seller. So when you try to do too broad of a category,
it's like anything else in the market.
You have to niche it and focus it.
Okay. There's been 1 billion fishing-type product commercials. You pretty much brought fishing to the airwaves. Let's take a look.
So, get ready. If you like to fish, you're about to discover the secrets of the flying lure.
There's the fish. It's incredible. There's no other way to put it.
It works like no other lure I've ever seen before.
It swims away from you. No other lure does that.
Being a lure manufacturer myself, it's been that's an ingenious idea.
Okay, that commercial, which probably cost 40 cents to make, you sold how much?
We sold, that was the first ever fishing infomercial. We sold over 100 million lures.
100 million lures, and yes. How much a pop?
Well, they were so many to a package, but it was, we gave you 20 lures to a package at $30. Wow. So it was a big winner.
Okay, so you're a pioneer in music, in fishing, golf. First guy, figure out, you know what, half the guys in this country play golf. Let's sell some golf on the air. Here's the first golf infomercial.
This club that has helped so many golfers around the world has been made even better, and you can be among the first to acquire the Medicus Pro. Now, before I tell you about these exciting changes, I want to remind you of how and why the Medicus works. The secret weapon is the hinge. It's scientifically engineered and it's patented. It's designed to break down when your swing does. It forces you to develop good habits because if there's something wrong with your swing, the club will break. It's this instant feedback that makes the Medicus so effective. So as you practice and as you groove your swing, the club will stay locked and you can actually hit balls with it. That's what makes this club so special. It's not a gimmick. It's not one of those crazy things like a weight on a rope, or it doesn't look like a coat hanger, or it's not a hula hoop. This is a 5-iron, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like a 5-iron. It feels like a 5-iron. It's a golf club. It is not a gimmick, and it's ingenious.
How much was that a prop for the Medicus?
100, and we started at $149, and then it ended up at $99 on the rollout.
$99, and you sold how many of those?
Over 1 million units.
So that's a $100 million business right there.
Yeah, and it's still on the air to this day, the iterations of that product.
When you're, not to hold you to this, the typical margins, obviously all products are different, but to me this seems like one of the cleanest, most profitable business. You're an LLC. Is that you sell 100 million of those? How much is going to the bottom line there?
Well,
because you got no stores.
Yeah,
you got basically all the product is probably much consignment.
Our biggest cost is media.
Yeah.
I mean, that club we made for $17. So that sounds like a big markup, but the TV stations are getting about half of the sales. So when the dust settles, we try to net 10 to 15%.
It's a nice business. The great thing about infomercials, they pretty much invent products and categories that we didn't even think there was a need for, and then all of a sudden you go, yeah, and the Flowbee. Tell me about the Flowbee.
One day this carpenter walks in my office, and all day long he's sawing over his head. The sawdust lands in his hair. He takes a vacuum to clean his hair, and he's looking up, and his hair's sucked up evenly. And he says, if there was a pair of scissors right there, right now, it would cut my hair evenly, suck it into the vacuum, no mess. And thus, he created the Flowbee. And we ended up tying up the worldwide rights to that product for a period of time. And when we took that into Japan, it was unbelievable. It was one of the biggest winners we ever had in the Japanese marketplace.
Let's take a look at the one and only Flowbee.
What do I do when I need a haircut? I do it myself with the Flowbee vacuum haircutting system.
It's easy. First, I set Flowbee to cut my hair 2 inches long on the top. Then I set the length for 1.5 inches and cut the back and the sides.
And that's all there is to it.
Your Flowbee haircutting system pays for itself in just 10 to 15 haircuts.
Whoa, 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 stop everything now. We've sold tens of thousands of Flowbee haircutting systems, and I want to lower the price so that everybody can afford them. Let's have a sale.
That's fine with me. What do you think, $129.95?
No, I was thinking more like $99.95.
$99.95? I better get back to the factory and double production.
Do it. Order yours today. Hit that telephone.
Why did that work in Japan so well? Just out of curiosity.
I think, number one, we sold a value pitch to the families. Also, maybe that the hair was similar in length and texture, because it's more of a male-oriented product than for women with long hair.
Right.
So.
Kevin Harrington, living the American dream, selling $3 billion worth of stuff over the air to folks like us.